Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show podcast. I'm Jeff. I'm your host. We're on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. I've got three great guests joining me tonight, Alyssa, Caroline, and David. Let's hear that theme music.
That is correct. You are correct. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You are right. That is correct.
Well, that is correct. And as you know, on this show, we get right into it. In round one, I've got a brand new game. We've never played this before. Who said that? Was it Napoleon Bonaparte or Hollywood actor Chris Evans, who played Captain America? What I'm going to do is read a quote. All my guests have to tell me who said it, Napoleon or Captain America. And I sourced these from Brainy Quotes. A lot of fun. It's like a Wikipedia of quotes. So check it out. Brainy Quote. We're going to go in my order that I have you written down tonight. Alyssa, Caroline, and David. Alyssa, you are first. I swear to God, if you saw me when I am by myself in the woods, I'm a lunatic. I sing, I dance. Was that Napoleon or Chris Evans?
Gonna go with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is correct. Correct. First one on the board. Over to Caroline. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake.
I'm going to go with Napoleon.
Napoleon is correct. Correct. 2 for 2. Over to David. If you wish to be a success in the world, promise everything, deliver nothing.
Ooh. Doesn't sound Napoleon-esque, so I'm going to say Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is incorrect. It was Napoleon. Back to Alyssa. I am sometimes a fox and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be one or the other.
I'm gonna go with Napoleon.
Napoleon, 2 for 2 is correct. Correct. Over to Caroline. I always say that the times in my life when I've been happiest are the times when I've seen a sunset. Is that Napoleon or Chris Evans, Captain America?
I'm going to go with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is correct.
Man.
Correct. To David. Nothing is more difficult and therefore more precious than to be able to decide.
I'm going to go Napoleon.
Napoleon is correct. Correct. And our last ones in this round, back to Alyssa. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools.
I feel like I've stuck with Napoleon this whole time, so let's go Napoleon again.
For the sweep is correct. Well played, Alyssa, in round one. Caroline, I can handle the craziness some of the time, maybe most of the time, but I know I can't handle it all of the time.
I'm going to go with Chris Evans.
Chris Evans for the sweep. Correct. Correct. And to David, look at pictures of me growing up. It wasn't always the way it is now. It was a bumpy road for me.
All right, so I'm thinking Napoleon wouldn't have really had pictures going up. I'm going to go Chris Evans.
Oh, he's using technology to decipher my clues. Chris Evans is correct. Correct. Very well played. That you won 8 of 9 in that round as a team. Let's go to that scoreboard. We have Alyssa and Caroline with 3 apiece, David with 2. That means David gets to pick the order for round 2. Do you want to keep it the same or change it up?
Let's flip it just for the heck of it.
All right, David is going to the hot seat. David, welcome to round 2.
Thank you, sir.
Well, tell us where you're calling in from.
So we're calling in today from the Poconos. Live in the Philly area full time, but up in the Poconos for the summer.
Awesome. Anything you'd like to plug, promote, talk about while you're up in the Poconos for the summer?
No.
No.
No, enjoy your summers and yeah, be happy.
I think we talked about this last time we met. Is
Your pretzel cone.
My happiest memory of the Poconos is they didn't have regular ice cream cones. They had an ice cream cone that was made of a hard pretzel. It was the best thing ever. You got the salty and the ice cream. It was amazing.
You don't mess around when it comes to dessert up here.
Yeah, so don't flood the Poconos and take away David's summer. But if you are in the Poconos, try to find that pretzel cone. It's somewhere on a hillside. I can tell you that.
Everything here is on a hillside.
Yeah. So, David, in round 2, we're going to play $100 Who Wants to Be a Millionaire questions. These are actual questions from the Millionaire board game, but I've removed the multiple choice options. And then at the end of that, we're going to do a name 5 barbecue question. I'll give you name 5, but in the category will be something related to barbecue or backyard cookouts or something summer related. David, are you ready for the hot seat?
Let's do it.
Your first one. In the abbreviation UFO, what does the F stand for?
Flying.
Flying is correct. Correct. And your second $100 question. How many states make up the United States?
That would be 50.
50
Ooh.
is correct. And what is the nickname for the basketball legend Michael Jordan?
That would be Air.
Air Jordan is correct. And your last $100 question. In Disney's Cinderella, what did Cinderella leave behind while running from the ball?
Her glass slipper.
Glass slipper. 4 for 4 is correct. We're going to go to that name 5
I get the money
bonus
for that
question.
too, right?
You get 100 stuff I never knew dollars. It's redeemable nowhere, but they're all yours.
And bragging rights.
And bragging rights.
Okay.
We're going to go to that name 5 bonus question. I'll put 10 seconds on the clock. Name 5 types of covered dishes you could bring to a cookout and go.
Baked beans, pasta, salad, pickles, and cucumber.
At the buzzer, 5 for 5. You swept that round, getting all 9 points. Well played, David. That means we're going to Caroline. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Where are you calling in from?
I am calling in from St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. Anything special, fun happening in St. Louis this summer?
It has been a hot summer so far. So we have more hot days to come. They say we're going to get 50 days this summer where it'll feel like 100 or higher.
Oh my goodness. Well,
I
I
know.
hope you stay cool. If you've heard of the Poconos, travel a little bit east. It's you may get like 60-degree nights. You might like that.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Well, tell us about what you do out in St. Louis and how can people connect and find you?
Absolutely. So I am a success coach. I work with individuals and organizations, helping them navigate changes. And from an individual perspective, it might be a career change or something else that's going on in life. For organizations, I do a lot around leadership development and team building. And you can find me at carolinemug.com. I'm on Instagram at caroline.mug. Or you can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn with my name as well. I'd love to connect with you. I send out information regularly to people to help give them tips and tools and tricks to make life a little simpler and a little easier on a day-to-day basis.
Awesome. And that website one more time, carolinemug.com?
Correct.
Awesome. We'll put all that in the show notes. Reach out, connect with Caroline, but I have a question for you. Are you ready for the hot seat?
I'm ready.
All right. So we're going to do $100 Who Wants to Be a Millionaire questions. Who was President George Washington's wife?
Martha.
Martha is correct. Correct. And which holiday is celebrated on October 31st?
Halloween.
Halloween. 2 for 2 is correct. And we're looking for a comic book character that's weakened by kryptonite. Which comic book character is weakened by kryptonite?
Superman.
Superman for 3 is correct. And what is the home city of the NBA team, the Knicks?
New York.
New York is correct. Correct. We built a little tension for effect there. So
We don't have the NBA, so I don't pay as much attention to it.
neither does Pittsburgh. So I have no clue what happens in basketball. We're going to name 5 types of meat you can grill on a grill and go.
Bratwurst, hot dog, steak, chicken, pork.
It was 5, but I always let the timer go the full 10 seconds. Very well played. Also swept all 9 points. We're going to Alyssa. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, we're glad to have you here. Tell us where you're calling in from.
I'm calling in from Grand Coulee Dam in Washington State.
Washington State. Very nice. And what's going on in Washington State this summer?
Not very much. Nice and hot. I have 2 toddlers, so it's going to be a lot of lake days.
Oh, very nice. Anything you'd like to plug, promote, talk about out in Washington?
Yeah. I'm a maternal wellness advocate. I wrote a book. It's called Mommy Needs a Minute: From Burnout to Empowerment. And it's all about the different areas that women commonly experience burnout in our lives, and offers simple, easy tricks and tips to apply to make your life a little bit easier and reduce that burnout and mental and physical load that comes with caregiving.
Awesome. And if people want to connect to you or find your book, what's the best way to do that?
They can find my book on Amazon. It's available on Audible, ebook, as well as a paperback copy. You can also connect with me on Facebook and Instagram, Alyssa Braid Author. You can connect with me on my website as well, alyssabraid.com.
Awesome. We'll put all those links in the show notes.
Thank
Alyssa,
you.
are you ready for the hot seat?
I'm kind of scared because everyone just nailed it.
Well, when you hear the first question, it might put you at ease. Remember, these are the $100 questions from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How many months are there in a year? A leap year, too. I'll accept either answer.
12.
Well, 12 is correct either way. And what is the name of the mouse created by Walt Disney in 1928? Mickey. I also accept Mortimer, which was the original name he was talked out of, which later became another mouse. But I remember Mortimer being the first mouse, but I would take either one.
Oh, phew.
And which legendary outlaw led a band of merry men and lived in Sherwood Forest?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood is correct. And who invented the telephone?
Alexander Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham Bell is correct.
Oh, yeah.
4 for 4. Very well played. We'll put 10 seconds on the clock. Name 5 types of drinks that are perfect for a summer cookout and go.
Kool-Aid, juice, cocktails, mocktails, beer, soda, classic water. I think that was more than 5.
You gave me 7. I can only give you points for 5, but everybody swept the entire second round. Let's go to that scoreboard. Look how close this is. Alyssa and Caroline with 12, David with 11. It's a 1-point game, and we have 30 points remaining in the final round. Let's go to the final round. We've got 10 questions worth 30 points. And in this round, it's a video round for those of you watching. If you're listening at home, it's going to be the same way. I'm going to read a very vague question. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? And then I'm going to start to read a series of clues to help you figure that out. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? There'll be 3 clues for every question. If you think you know it, buzz in. On the first clue, that's going to be worth 3 points. The second clue is worth 2 points. And the last clue is worth 1 point. Now, there'll be pictures. There may be clues. You want to make sure that everything lines up, because I may try to fool you with some of my pictures, or the first clue may match multiple things. So, all 3 clues have to match the who am I, what am I, where am I. And if you're right when you buzz in, we're going to add those 3 points to your score. But if you're wrong, we'll subtract those points from the score. So you want to be fast, but you want to be accurate. And I've asked each of my guests to bring their own buzzers in tonight. So the folks at home know who's buzzing in. Let's go around. Alyssa, let's hear your buzzer. She got the Jenga block.
Jenga blocks.
And David, my favorite, a fork in a cup or a spoon in a cup.
Spoon in a cup.
Caroline got the bells. So everybody will know who's buzzing in. Are you ready for the first question? This is a what? What am I? Oh, wait. Who am I? I may have visited Alaska hundreds of years before the first documented exploration. Our second clue for 2 points. My travels were first documented by a romance novelist I met in prison. And you'll see on the right side, there's a little timer that comes down, let you know how much time's left for each clue. And there was a childhood game named after me for 1 point. No, this one eludes you. We're looking for Marco Polo. Marco Polo. All right, let's try the second one here. This one's a little bit easier. We're looking for a food. What food item am I? Our first clue for 3 points. I am made from tropical fruits, seafood, and vegetables. Our second clue for 2 points. I am traditional Japanese dish made from vinegared rice, sugar, and salt. And your last one, hands on the buzzers for this one. I am typically served with soy sauce, wasabi, and pickled ginger. Caroline. Sushi for 1 point is correct. First point is always the hardest, we say on this show. Now you see how the rhythm works. Let's go to that third question. What am I? I'm looking for a what? I am an annual event celebrated on the second Monday of October in Canada. Alyssa.
Thanksgiving.
Canadian Thanksgiving is correct.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah.
That's cheating.
I was going to comment. You're also the closest to Canada. All right. That was 3 points for you. Well played. What country am I? I'm looking for a country. I am one of the 3 countries that has both Atlantic and Mediterranean coastlines. That was one of 3 guesses there. Our second clue. I am known for my diverse landscapes from the Sahara Desert to the Atlas Mountains. What was that, Buzz? Our third clue. My capital is Rabat. My largest city is Casablanca. Morocco. Caroline is correct for a point. Let's go to our 5th one tonight. I'm looking for a who. Who am I? I am a tennis player who won my first Grand Slam title in 2004 at Wimbledon. If you know your tennis history, that's not too hard of a question. Our second clue, I have held the #1 spot in the ATP rankings for a record of 310 weeks. Our last one for 1 point. I am known for my one-handed backhand and my rivalry with Rafael Nadal. You'll hear the name Roger Federer is who we were looking for. Roger Federer. All right, let's get away from the sports. Let's go into acting. I'm looking for a famous actor or actress. So which famous actor or actress am I looking for? The Huffington Post said I was unquestionably the greatest actor of all time. It could be anybody at that point. Let's go to the second clue for 2 points. See if we narrow it down. I retired from acting in 2017. No. And I am the only male actor to have won 3 Oscars in the Best Actor category, including films like Gangs of New York. I think I portrayed Lincoln. I am Daniel Day-Lewis. All right, 4 questions remaining. It's a very close
your ratings here.
You're doing great. What food item am I? What food I am? We did well on the food last time. Let's see. I am French. I am a French term for a clear, rich tasting stock or broth. You're not French Canadian, are you, Alyssa? That would help in this. Yeah. And I am often made from beef, veal, or chicken bones, and sometimes fish. Too, David.
I was thinking bolognese. I'm thinking like Vichy Soie or something like that. I don't know.
Vichyssoise is incorrect.
Shocking.
All right, let's see. Let's see if the name and it comes out in this next hint for 1 point. My name means to concentrate or to reduce in French. Also starts with a C-O-N-S-O. Consomme. All right. I think we have 3 questions remaining. We are looking for a who. Who am I? Am I the squirrel? I represented the United States in 5 consecutive Olympics from 2000 to 2016. I specialize in butterfly, freestyle, and individual medley events. I think I heard spoon in a cup. David.
I'm gonna go with Phelps.
Because of the pictures?
Partly.
Oh, let's see. Michael Phelps is correct. I said my pictures may or may not help you, so I knew it would trip you up a little bit. What am I? Am I this forest person with a flower head? Let's find out. I have some 85,000 soldiers in the U.S. alone. What am I? I have lots of kettles, but do not use them to cook. Our last clue for 1 point. I am known for standing outside your grocery store ringing a bell during Christmas time. David, spoon in a cup.
The Salvation Army.
Salvation Army is correct. Sometimes I use AI to generate these videos, and I don't think they understood the Salvation Army. And let's go to our final scoreboard of the night. Look how close this is. Alyssa in the lead by 1 point over Caroline with 14 points, Alyssa with 15, and David with 12. If David gets this right on the first clue, it will force a tie. Who am I? Who am I? Let's see how this unfolds. My nickname was Papa. My full name is Papa. Our second clue. I was a registered spy with the KGB and was in 2 plane crashes in 2 days.
It's a rough 2 days.
That's great. Yeah. And I'm considered one of the greatest American authors. I think I'm associated with Key West and Ernest Hemingway. It won't change the outcome of the night. It looks like Alyssa is going to walk away with 15 points. I want to thank my guests for joining me tonight. This was so much fun. It always goes so fast. Let's go around one more time. Any kind of plugs, anything you want to talk about, pretzels in the Poconos. Let's start with Caroline.
Jeff, this was so much fun. I wish I would have trusted myself and chimed in a little more, but I always love trivia to test my knowledge of interesting facts. So thank you so much for having me on here. Again, you can find me at carolinemug.com. I spend a lot of time on Instagram, which is caroline.mug. And one of the things that's really important to me is gratitude. And earlier this year, I put a gratitude journal out on Amazon called The Power of Gratitude. So if you want to check that out and integrate a gratitude practice into your life, I encourage you to do it. It helps create a lot of optimism and a lot of other wonderful benefits. So again, thank you so much. And it's been fun playing with everyone.
Awesome. And to David.
Thank you for having me. I feel like I really disappointed here. I IM'd you saying that I wanted to come and defend my title, and I got my butt kicked by these two amazing ladies here. So congratulations. I've got to come back on now to redeem myself. So let me know when. And great show. Love listening. And, I love the idea of gratitude. And yeah, thank you.
You're still batting 500, which is better than any pro baseball player.
This is true.
And to our winner tonight, Alyssa, anything one last time, plug, promote, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was great competing with you all. I'm surprised I walked away because I am not a trivia buff. And I was like, I do know a few things, nothing related to sports, obviously, or people, but a few things related to Canada. So that's good. Like I said earlier, you can find me at Alyssa Braid Author on Facebook and Instagram. You can also check out my book on Amazon. I love chatting with women about their personal parenting journey, their mothering journey, identity. So please feel free to reach out anytime. And thank you for having me.
Awesome. Congratulations. And thank you to my guests. It was such a close game. It was a couple points separated first from third, but let's dance our way out of here. That is correct. We're going to play a game called Tri-Bonds, birds or Australian slang words, real or fake flavors of Doritos. Hey everybody, this is Jeff from the Stuff I Never Knew Trivia Game Show, and we are looking for contestants for future episodes. If you'd like to play trivia here on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, head over to stuffineverknew.com, click Be a Player, fill out the short form, and we'll get you on a future episode. Hope to see you in the hot seat.